duplex. We have a duplex in Florence, New Jersey, Burlington County. That means nothing to you. It's a little south central. That we own it already, but now we're going to put it on the market to sell it. And the biggest problem we've had with this property, as long as I've been in the business, first year when you say, "Oh, I've seen everything," well, no, you haven't. It's bamboo, and was growing, and it grows really rapidly, and it's very difficult to get rid of. And the city inspector was giving us a hard time, but it's finally done. So, and the tenants moved out, and we could re-rent them for very, very good money. But my partner, who deals with the city of Florence, says, "I will not deal with them anymore. We're selling the property." So I said to him, "Well, look, before we do that, let's find out what we have into it. See if it's worth selling it or whether we'll just have to bite the bullet and rent it again." We just closed on our 1865 Victorian. I think I may have told you that when we rehabbed. We just got another property on the contract that we rehabbed one on the contract yesterday. I'm going to New Jersey. I got to see some of my properties, and we're going to visit family. We're going up for a week from Tuesday on the 30th. We're going up for 8 days, visit family, visit my partner, take a look at these properties I own I've never seen, and like that.
You gotta let me come with you.
Well, get on a plane. There's plenty of room on the plane.
What day we need to be there?
I'm sorry?
What day we need to be there?
Well, let's see now. We're going up on Monday. Let's say Wednesday the 2nd. I'll give you a tour of our massive real estate holdings, and we'll go out to lunch. I'm anxious to see my partner. I haven't seen him in quite a while.
Yeah. Well, good. Well, I'll let you know if I can make it or not.
I appreciate that. Okay.
I hope you guys enjoy.
We will.
I would like to go to Jersey, though.
You know what, Alex? It has a bad rap. And northern Jersey is very similar to New York with the airport and factories and so forth. But central Jersey, South Jersey is beautiful. It's called the Garden State for a reason. Horse country, farms, just beautiful. And we're staying with my daughter-in-law's mom. Was going to give us her house, and she's going to stay with her boyfriend. So we'll have the whole house for a week. And I only have to pay for the airfare and the car. And of course, we'll buy food. I'm not going to ask them to feed us for a week. But it's going to be great.
Well, good. Well, I hope it's a successful trip.
Oh, it will.
Yeah. Hey, Rick, I had something you might be interested in. I just put it together. One of my buddies, he's in Jersey too.
Okay.
He has some land out there for sale right now. I didn't know if you or anyone you knew might be interested. It's in Swedesboro, 6.86 acres.
I know some people in Texas. It's Tree or Trey or something like that. They might. Who knows?
I didn't know if you would because it's in Jersey.
Well, all right. Jersey's. Well, it's not as big as Texas, but it is a big state. But send it over to me. I know a ton of people in New Jersey. If we're not interested, they might be. Send it over to me.
All right.
I spent 40 years there. So.
All right. Welcome, everybody. Welcome. Timberly, I think, committed to bringing a deal to pitch today. So did David and Tyler, unless Tyler had already left. Tasha and Andy, all committed to bringing a deal. Do we have any today? All right. Good. I see a nod from Timberly. Timberly, email over what you have. That way I can pull you up. We're going to start first with Jesse. But before we get started here, excuse me, does anybody have any questions about anything or need anything at all? Or are y'all ready to dive in?
I got one thing for Tyler real quick. Tyler,
Yeah.
you looking at anything in Toledo or got anything working in Toledo?
I got buyers.
Okay. I connected with a guy yesterday who's a flipper. He's got some cash. He's looking to get his real estate license and plug into our community. Um, but if there's anything you're looking at, that you're trying to wholesale for a flip, let me know if your buyers don't work out or you want to send it to him too.
Okay, yeah, perfect. I
He's
will.
doing like 2 or 3 a year.
Sweet. I appreciate it.
Cool. That's all I got.
All right. Any other questions or anything? Are y'all ready to dive into some pitches? All right, Jesse, the floor is yours, and you are co-host, so you can share.
Perfect. Thank you, Alex. Let me go ahead and share. Um, okay. Can you guys see my screen?
Hmm.
Awesome. So I just have those pictures on there, but quick introduction. Hi, everyone. My name is Jesse, and I am with the Deal Machine at TRE here. Today, I'm excited to present this awesome deal we have local here in Austin. It is in the 78704 zip code. And if you're from Austin, you know that's a really great location, highly desirable location, close to downtown. And this house sits right between South Congress and South First Avenue. It's walkable distance to all the shoppings and bars on South Congress. So we are asking 700 for this 4 bedroom, 2.5 bath, and these are big bedrooms too. The house is approximately 1,800 square feet, valuated at 850,000 as is. So you're walking into day one equity of at least 150,000 in equity. As you can tell, the house is fully renovated 6 months ago with new AC, new roof as well. So there's barely anything that you need to do, just to pick this up. And the play on this is to either get a end buyer to come in to live in it, house hack it with a couple of roommates. And the other strategy is to Airbnb this out. This is a prime location for short-term rentals because it's right downtown and you're right next to South Congress, high traffic area as well. One other thing is this lot is zoned for SF3, so you can actually put 2 more additional ADUs in the backyard. I also know that the seller is renting out his driveway for parking, so you can get some income in there as well. So if you are interested in a downtown great location property, or if you have a client that's looking to get into this area, this is a phenomenal opportunity, and I know it won't last long. So give me a call. I'll drop my contact in the chat box, and you can hit me up from there. Any questions?
Good job, Jesse.
Thanks, Alex.
I got a question. So it's you think it's worth 850 right now?
Yeah, from what I know, Travis County appraised it at least 900 last year.
Okay. So conservatively about 850, you're selling
Mhm.
it at 700. Um, so aside from that, if I did do an Airbnb, you think I could make good money doing that even with
Absolutely, yeah. And the seller just wants to sell this property, move on to the next one. So he's pretty much giving it away at what he put into it. You're looking close to at least 10K conservatively as an Airbnb on a monthly basis.
Okay, got it. And 700K, and how fast do I need to close?
Yeah, we do ask to close within the next 30 days here. No option period, 5K EMD, all the usual.
Okay, got it. Cool. Great job, Jesse.
Awesome.
Any
Thank you.
anybody have any questions for Jesse on this one, or
I
maybe have
do.
some buyers?
I do. Jesse, I see all the furniture and clothing. Is there someone living in it?
Yes, it is the owner. He owned it about a year, renovated within the last 6 months, and he's looking to get out of this house and into another one, so he needs to offload this one first.
Got it. Thank you.
Mhm.
Can you send it over to me? My dad is looking for an Airbnb.
Okay, yeah. I'll text it to you, Timberly.
Jesse, what's your least favorite thing about this property?
Nothing. I really like it. If I had the funds and resources, I would absolutely take on this if I can get a couple more guys and house hack it.
All right. Pick one thing though. You got to find something. Give me a good answer. One thing you don't like about it.
Let's say the kitchen. I mean, I don't love the setup, but with the cabinets, it's high quality, countertops too. I mean, I prefer more of an open concept kitchen.
Got it. And great answer.
Yeah.
All right. So Timberly, we'll send over info to her. Jesse, in the chat, make sure you select send it to everybody versus just a
Oh.
direct message to me. And then any other questions for Jesse on this one? Jesse, you open to JVing with anybody here if they have a buyer?
Absolutely. Send us a buyer.
Cool. And great job, Jesse.
Thank you, Alex.
All right. Cool. Timberly, are you ready? Did you email it over to me?
Yeah, I did. I just sent you the CAD website and some comps that I pulled. I literally just got this in yesterday. This home is actually in my neighborhood. I have been prospecting this person for a while. This home is vacant and he is more on the edge of wanting to sell right now. I have given him a verbal offer. And I will be hearing back from him either later today or tomorrow. He is out of town right now. He lives with his girlfriend. The story on this home, he bought it a long time ago, lived in the home, got a girlfriend, moved in with her, and the house has just been vacant for years. He said he's always wanted to keep the home because in case they break up, he has somewhere to go. He has tried renters in the past in this home. And they kind of like tore up the property. And so he hasn't had renters in there since I think it's been like 5 years or so. So it's been vacant for 5 years. And he is finally ready to sell it. So I have made a verbal offer of 200,000. So let me run you through the details. Quick where this house is located. It's a really good location. It's not on Williams Drive, which is a super, super busy area in Georgetown. This is actually like in the sweet spot right near I-35 in Wolf Ranch, within a 5-mile radius of downtown Georgetown. You can also get to Round Rock within like 5 to 10 minutes as well. So it's a super good location. This neighborhood, there is no HOA. It is a pretty good neighborhood. A lot of people want to get in here. It is one of the cheaper options in Georgetown, just because it is an older community. I believe that the values are, they're going to keep steadily increasing with the location it being so close to downtown Georgetown. So this is a really good location. A lot of people want to get into this home. I would not recommend renting it out just because the rentals in this area are a little bit lower. They're around 21 to 22 for this type of house. Just because it is an older home. It is a 1985 build. The newer builds up the street where I am, not newer builds, but they're about 10 years newer. Those ones get rented out more for like 2,500. So the move on this one would be to flip it. And if he accepts my offer, it could be a really good move. So we will see. Okay, so it is a 1985 build, square footage 1864. It is a 3-bed, 2-bath. The updates that it will need, it needs a new roof. We've had a bit of hail in this area, and when I walk in the neighborhood, I can see that it does need a new roof. It is completely outdated, no updates on this home. So bathroom, kitchen, paint on the interior, exterior to clean up the outside of the property. Otherwise, it seems to be in pretty good shape from what I can see. No foundational issues that I can see clear to the eye. The AC is another question, just because it hasn't been like ran in 5 years. So that could be another thing as well. So in total, I have about 60K for repairs on the home. The average square foot that is closing is around $221. So With the closing costs for the 6% commission, you know, if you're to resell it, and then the holding costs, your closing costs for the buy and sale side. I have, hold on. So if you meet the maximum potential of what this could sell for, I'm thinking around 412,000. So minus the repairs is going to be 352,000. And then minus your 6% commission, your closing costs on the buy and sell side and holding costs is going to be around 315,000. 70% rule, you would need to be around 220,000. And so if he accepts my offer at 200,000, I would turn around and wholesale this for 210. So you'd be reaching more than the 70% rule.
All right, good job. Just I want to help you out here. Just so you know, I mean, you could do it however you want, but you probably wholesale that thing for more. Here's how you do the 70% rule. You do the ARV. I don't think this is how you did it, but maybe I'm wrong. 412 times 0.7 minus the 60K. Is that how you did it?
I think I did it kind of like backwards, but yeah.
I guess it's putting you around the same number, but put you at 228 minus your wholesale fee, which if you got it at 200, it'd actually be 28,000 if you were able to sell it to an investor there.
Well, that's if he accepts my 200. I have a feeling he's probably going to want a little bit more. I told him all the work that it needs, and it didn't seem unreasonable when I told him the 210, or I mean the 200, but I'm expecting him to come up like probably 210.
Well, I mean, even if he comes up to 210, I think it's probably a good deal for someone around 228. You may even be able to sell it for a little bit higher than that, 250, right? 70% rule is a good rule of thumb. And if you're able to do that 70% and then subtract the repairs, it's likely going to be a really good deal. But here in Austin, Georgetown, Round Rock, you probably get away with a little bit higher.
Okay.
So
Cool.
you made an offer here at 200, and you're going to be looking to wholesale it.
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, I could potentially buy it, but I mean, I'm looking to kind of just make a little bit of extra money right now because I'm trying to stack money for another investment, which I mean, I could also do flipping it.
Yeah. Either way.
But I got to do the commissions and the wholesaling to fund what I want to do. So I'll keep
Absolutely.
on.
Flipping it also could be some active income for you too. I mean,
Right.
you know, I would, if you make 100K flipping it, might be a better option. But I'd want to be very certain that you could get that done. We've been stuck with some properties, right now, sitting on the market.
Right. Yeah. Well, this, like I said, this is a really good area. I mean, there's not many homes on the market for too long if they're, priced correctly. And honestly, there's a lot of people who are my age and in their 30s moving into this home just because, again, it is a cheaper option in Georgetown. And this whole community, it's essentially people who are their 50s, 60s, and 70s right now. So a lot of them are looking to, especially in the 70s, they're looking to downsize.
Yeah.
I don't think that anybody would have an issue selling this home with where it's located. So yeah.
Okay. And so you are you're waiting on a response, or where are you at with the seller?
Yeah. Either tonight or tomorrow, I should be hearing back from him. He's really hard to honestly get a hold of, which has been an issue, but he has told me that he would call me back either tonight or tomorrow.
Okay, good. And then what happened with Round Rock Lightning House?
The sellers are choosing to repair the home. So I'm just going to keep in touch with them, add value as much as I can. I've sent 2 texts and haven't heard back since, because the last time I heard back from him. So Andy went out there with Scott, and they actually had one of their homes burned down. And so they were actually able to give the seller some insight, bring a fire mitigation person in. and just kind of give him some insights on that. And so the sellers have chose to go ahead and repair it just because the offers that we were receiving from Andy and Scott, and then as well as Elliot, were not appealing to them. And I mean, rightfully so, they just bought the home a couple of years ago, so they really don't have enough equity in it. And so it doesn't really make sense, honestly, for them unless they're willing to take the cut. I think that they
Yeah.
still want to move. But anyways, yeah, that's what happened with that. So I'll keep in touch with them.
Good job. It's definitely a smart decision for them.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, cool. Great job. So what are you looking for there? You're looking for an buyer, or you're looking for a partner maybe to flip it with? What are you looking for?
I mean, potentially, if I were to buy it, it would be with my dad. We buy it through our LLC. My dad would be the contractor on it. So that would be the move there. If he, for some reason, doesn't want to do it, then yes, I would be looking for a partner. I don't know. It's kind of 50-50 because I mean, if I can get it at a good price, then why not flip it myself with a partner? Or, if I can make a good wholesale, why not give it to somebody else, make a good wholesale and collect that money? So
Let me throw out another option for you. What do you think it would sell for if you put it on the market as is in its current condition?
hmm. Maybe 280 to 300 is what I'm thinking.
All right, I like the sound of that. You just sat in the novations class.
Yeah,
Another
I still don't really understand that whole thing. Yeah, I need to dive into it more because I'm just not really understanding. I know that the novations take away the risk of, getting in trouble essentially for wholesaling, and it removes that liability, but it just seems like it's a lot more work, and like, why go to market with it? Because then the seller is going to pay even more instead
well,
of
not
wholesaling.
not necessarily. Every time we have a deal, like that deal Jesse, excuse me, sorry, that deal Jesse just pitched,
Mhm.
we should be doing an innovation on that and listing it on the market. And every time we have a deal like that, I'm like, are we listing it on the market, and do we have the ability to do the novation? Because if you can sell this property and novate it and get 280 or 300, the seller can still walk away with their 200 or 210. But out of the difference between 210 and 280, excuse me, that's where the closing costs are going to come from. You're going to pay that out of your fee. You don't have to, I guess, but that's how we do it. Is we'll pay the buyer commission out of our 70 grand fee or whatever, because we'll end up making more that way than we would if we wholesaled it for 220, right? Made 10K. So
Oh, okay.
I would consider, everybody should be considering that for every wholesale deal, is try and get a novation agreement in there if possible. Number one, it's it's a little bit more uh it's a little bit more transparent with the seller as well. And if you can navigate these conversations and really make the pitch and let them know, like, hey, I'm going to be doing work on my end to find a buyer. We're under agreement that I'll let TJ come and actually give the pitch here in a second, but seller knows that we're going to list it. Seller gives us permission to list it. They give us permission to negotiate these deals. They're okay getting their number, and they're okay with us making whatever we make. And we potentially make a lot more because when we list it, everybody gets to see it, not just, anybody we send it to. And so if you can work that, I would say that novating it and selling it at 280 is way better than wholesaling it the regular wholesaling way and making 10K.
Okay. Yeah. I think 280 would be, a more appealing number, obviously.
TJ,
But-
do you mind telling Timberly just a little bit about how you've been going about it and working it with the sellers?
Yeah. So I've taken a different approach recently because sellers don't really truly understand what innovation is, no matter how well you explain it. So, I always pitch that we're going to, partner with a buyer of ours, right? We're going to lock it up at this and partner on it. I've been getting the wholesale contract, and then about a day or two after we have it signed up and we get everything locked in with title, I just call the seller and be like, hey, I'm thinking creatively on this. We're talking to a bunch of partners. Do you care if I increase exposure on this and post it on the MLS? It doesn't cost you anything. We take on all the costs with the realtors there. Our deal's not going to change at all. I just want as many eyes on this as possible while I'm talking to my partners. Is that okay with you? And then they usually go, yeah, it's not going to cost me anything. No, great.
Well,
And then
what if they're like, well, if you have a partner and a buyer, then why are you putting it on the MLS for more exposure? How do you handle that?
you know, we want this to close as soon as possible. So if my partner wants to buy it, great. If we find, you know, a better buyer who can close faster, it only helps you. So if
Got
you don't
it.
want to do it, that's okay too. You know, I'm thinking creatively here. We want to get this deal done, and we just want to make this happen for you. So
Yeah.
I
Okay.
just approach it that way instead of like explaining the novation process. We have a one-page listing disclosure that they need to sign that allows us to do that and negotiate on their behalf. But it's a one-pager. I send it to them. I put the expiration date for the same day in our contract, and I've gotten no pushback on it yet. We've done like 4 novations in a row that way. I have
Mm.
another coming.
Oh,
So
That's a great approach. I really like that.
yeah. It's super interesting.
Number one, secure the deal first and foremost. Second, I think that is a much easier approach than uh, flooding them with information all at once.
Right.
But I mean, the way that it works for everybody here, like TJ, Jesse, what's one of the most recent ones that we closed on? A novation.
West Park,
Allendale. Yeah.
yeah, closes tomorrow.
Closes tomorrow. So, you know, with that deal, we are with the seller at a certain price and we listed on the market at a higher price. Let's talk about another deal. I don't want to jinx that one. Let's talk
Okay.
about one that's actually closed.
Well,
closes,
Lampasas.
right?
Yeah,
Okay.
Lampasas. What were the numbers on that one?
Do you want to know like how much we tie it up for and all
Yeah,
that?
just bullet point real quick. We had it
Um,
under contract at what price?
100, I want to say.
100. Yeah. And then we sold it on the market at 122.
122, and we paid like 12K in cost, right?
Yeah, they picked up title policy and we got it done in like 2 weeks.
And yeah, we got it done in 2 weeks. We made 8K. We paid 12K in costs at closing, out of our total spread there. Seller got what they wanted, found the buyer from the MLS, right?
Yep.
Yes.
Found the buyer from the MLS. We would have never found this buyer if it wasn't listed, most likely. And we were able to get the deal done very fast. And so it allows your wholesale deals to get so much more exposure. Seller knows what's going on. They sign the agreements. They are agreeing to all these things. And it gives you a lot more exposure. And of course, the numbers have to make sense with the costs you might be paying at closing with, you know, realtor commissions and things like that. But in every scenario that I can think of, it makes more sense to do that than just wholesaling it and making a smaller fee.
Yeah, and I'll give you another example too. That Texas City lot we have, you know,
Mhm.
Matt helped us secure it for $2,000, you know, low risk deal. We were shopping it for $4,000 off market, got no calls. I put it on the Corpus MLS at 10 grand and it's closing next week.
Yeah.
Don't
And
jinx that one either.
yeah,
Sorry.
we can't talk.
Don't jinx them till they're close. But yeah, it's a great option. And TJ, you know, it was new to us and we had to work through the process of working through the pitch. And I really like what you've landed on currently on it. But Timberly, remain open to that and reach out to us if you need help with doing that. But I would say secure the deal, number one, go back, try and get the novation. But if you can list it on the market at 280 or 300 and you think it'll move fast, do that all day versus trying to find an off-market buyer and just making 10K.
I do have an off-market buyer for Georgetown. We're listing his property in Killeen right now. He lives in Georgetown. He's trying to stay in the 250 range. I don't know what you're under contract at, but we might be able to work something there.
I'm not in contract yet. I got a verbal offer. So
Okay.
sent out a verbal offer and he's supposed to be giving me an answer this evening or tomorrow.
Okay, cool. Yeah, send us over the info when you have it. And then the other thing for everybody on novations, we hold back about 5%. So that's usually the most we should have to pay out, you know, in title policy, if a survey is required, and the buyer's agent.
Mhm.
So that'll keep you safe on the spread. So
Like
just make sure.
it's essentially like 3% for the buyer agent and 2% for closing costs.
Yeah. And commissions are negotiable now. Like we
Right.
just where we negotiated off what we had posted based on how the offer came in. So
Yeah. Okay,
most people
cool.
right now. Work whatever you can.
Mhm.
Good job, Timberly.
I've
Anything
been
else on?
working on this guy for like 8 months.
Good job, Tyler. I see your hand raised. I'm gonna pull you up in 1 second, but just wrapping up here with Timberly. Anything else on this one, Timberly, or anybody have any questions for Timberly on this one? All right, great job, Timberly, and thank you for bringing that, participating.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Tyler.
Yeah, I don't want to get too far off here, but since we're on novations for a minute, I know. I mean, I've talked with TJ about them, and that's pretty much how I learned the whole thing. And so I just pitched one the other day to the seller, and I think he's open to it. So I've never closed one though. So I'm just curious on this back end of it. Like I've basically when I pitch it, I just tell them, hey, here's my cash offer. I recommend you go with an agent. Here's what you could get. This house is just super nice. The cash offer didn't make sense. And I was like, or, I could meet you in the middle. I can give you more than a cash offer. I'll do the headache. And then that's how I go about it. And he's cool with it. But as far as like closings and stuff, so I'll be basically probably an end buyer that's going to live there. So do I need to put my contracts out like, say, try to get 50 days instead of my typical like 30-day closing, or how are we going about that? Because
Yeah, so that's a good question because Novation could bring in traditional lending, right? And it depends how you post it. So if you think it's better for a traditional buyer, yeah, you want to get more time.
okay, yeah, because I got him. I mean, he's completely open to it, and basically, like I said, the way I go about it is like a wholesale out in the open. I just like, hey, here's my cash offer, here's the agent, which is what I'd say to do. He's like, I don't want to do that. He didn't want to do the headache of it in the showings. He was, he didn't care to use an agent. He just didn't want to be the one doing it. So
Sure.
I just didn't know. So what, put 50 days or something on it and I should be good. And then
Doing
what
like
I've been doing is probably like 80% of what I think is going to sell for, like an aggressively priced 80%.
So you should be pretty good with 45 days. Depending on the market, like look at the comps and look at the average days on market if you're able to. And that's going to tell you how much time you need in your contract. That's at least kind of how I base it. Now, the strategy is like price and speed are a direct correlation, right? The lower the price, the faster it's going to move. So if you feel you're priced well, you should have something within 2 weeks. If you don't, and you don't have showings, you don't have interest, like you're at the wrong price. And we've learned that, trust me.
Okay, and as far as, so say I get it locked up, it's priced good aggressively. I'm not an agent here. So I just reach out to someone and like, how do I go about that with them? Like, I
You
mean,
can
I'm
do
going to pay
that.
them out of mine. I get it. But just like, hey, here's what's going on.
You
can
could
do that.
could do that.
Spark, they charge 1%. So, you contract them to do it. They'll take 1% of the sale.
Who is it?
Listing Spark.
Listing Spark.
And then all your contact info will be there. Now, depending on the area, just check the rules because you can't present yourself as a realtor if you're not licensed.
Yeah.
Right. So,
There's a few other places out there like that. Listing Spark, I don't know the others, but there's a lot of places out there like that. And I don't even think they charge 1%. I think they may charge like a flat fee. But it's a brokerage that lists the property for you. It's a discount brokerage. They don't do anything for you. They list it, but that's about it. And then from there, all the offers and communication that come in go directly to you for you to do the negotiations.
Okay. And then I would just, so from that point, it'd basically just be like all my other deals. I would schedule the showings, the walkthroughs. It's just on the MLS.
All they do, they may have like some photo service of sorts, but other than that, they're not going to do anything. They just list it for you and you pay them a small fee and then you would do all of the work.
right.
Okay.
And do yourself a
Sounds
favor.
good.
Always get professional photos if you're going to post it on the MLS.
Yeah. I have a company I use for a lot of my stuff for that. They're nationwide. If you guys ever need something like that, where you're not used to. They're called notable notaries. They do a really good job. They'll do lock boxes. They told me if I wanted to, they'll go out and mow the grass. So, they'll do anything.
Nice.
That's pretty cool. All right. You anybody else have questions on novations, or y'all understand what I was telling Timberly, where like don't just accept a 10K fee if you can get the novation and, you know, make 60 grand instead by listing on the market. Everybody understand that or have questions on that?
I just have a comment, just to make sure that whichever local board or whichever realtor you're working with, that you've got the right documentation signed to be the agent in fact to have the right, because some brokers are going to tell you they're not going to touch it if you don't have that document signed.
Yeah, absolutely. There is we can share documents with anybody who needs them for what we use. But yeah, you have to have the agreement, excuse me, the agreement signed. Don't just put it on the MLS.
Right.
Yeah. So,
Right.
but I just have like my normal purchase and sale right, and then just the one other form giving me permission. Like that's it.
Correct. Yeah, it's a
Okay.
little one-page rider, and it says, you know, sellers at this address give permission to buyer, which is you, to post the property on the MLS, negotiate on their behalf, and it's just a one-pager with an expiration date.
Perfect.
I do want to add in for title company too. You want to make sure that you have a title company that knows about novation, because you can run into issues if they don't know what that is.
Yeah, good point, Jesse. Because you're gonna lock it up on an assignment contract with the buyer. You're not gonna share your original contract.
Okay. So it's the same as a wholesale contract at the end.
Mhm.
Okay.
Essentially.
It's just one extra form in there.
Mhm.
Perfect. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, TJ and Jesse, for helping out there. Who we got? David, Andy, Tasha, I got your message. William, anybody have a deal to pitch? TJ, if not, we'll bring you up here.
So
David, you don't got nothing for me, man?
Yeah, I'm working on one. I don't have it locked up yet, but I'll present it.
That's okay. I mean, you don't have to. Where we at on Round Rock?
I'm waiting for them to still send me the leases. I'll get them. I got them over the NDA this morning.
Perfect. Good job. I
Yeah.
really like I think that one probably has some opportunity.
Yeah, there's some opportunity and some options on that for sure.
Do you mind you don't have to pitch that deal if you don't want to, that's not locked up, but do you have anything you need or anything you need help with or anything at all that you want to share with the community?
Yeah, for me, it's more so of trying to find some of these off-market deals I don't mind calling and talking. I feel really comfortable doing that. It's just a matter of, finding a list and where do I find that and hunting for it. So,
What type of list are you looking for?
or finding the time for it. Really anything. I mean, anything, I guess, off market that's available to reach out to and see if they're willing to sell.
I mean, we got infinite lists.
I think some sort of like wholesaling list, I guess, trying to find my way into wholesaling at this point.
Like distressed properties, like foreclosures, probate, that type of stuff?
Sure. Yeah.
I'll get you a list.
Give me a list. I'll start smiling and dialing.
Good.
Also, the Don Fowler thing. I don't know if you want to look into that. Matt sent me. It's really good list generator thing. Matt can get you in touch with it.
I'll get you a list, David.
Okay. And then I have a little insight on a small development deal that if I could connect with one of you guys to reach out to them, because I can't technically, it'd be a conflict for me to touch base with them. So
we'd love to.
Might be worth reaching out to try to get this person out of a hole.
Yeah. Let's do it.
Yeah, I'm available whenever.
I mean, do you want to talk about it now? Do you want to email it over or what would
Yeah,
be best?
I'll shoot it to you right now.
Okay, cool. All right. Thank you,
Or-
David.
Yeah, give me a few minutes.
Sure. All right. Floor is yours, TJ. Here, do you want to share your screen?
Sure.
Sorry to jump in again, but Robert, that one that I chatted with you about in San Antonio was the one that I'm trying to get locked down. I think I got him to do it. So, but hopefully I'll have it by next week.
Did he agree to owner financing, or what were the terms?
Yeah, pretty much. I'm trying to get him to commit to a number. I think 50K is going to do it, and then just sub to it. And I'm trying to lock in the rate and terms on what he has currently. He gave me the verbals, but I need to get the lender info.
Gotcha. Yeah. Love to see once you have it.
Right on.
Just taking me a second here. Computer's moving slow.
And then Robert, after this, if you're okay with that, I'd like to pull you up and get a update on all the deals you were working on.
That'll work.
What is happening here? All right, guys. So for those of you who don't know who I am, I'm TJ. I do the acquisitions over at the machine. So I'm the one looking at all the deals coming in, lead flow, trying to get new stuff out. And this one is one Matt's been working a little bit, and we're jumping in here, but we have 5 brand new builds in Cielo East, which is in Pflugerville, Round Rock, kind of that shared zip code there. But these are 5 brand new homes. They're all the same floor plan and layout, just the exterior elevation changes a little bit. What we really like about this deal is it's just clean and easy. Brand new construction. We're offering them at about a 12% discount from what the builder is offering, on their marketing and to their people. We're trying to put a package together here so we can either sell them as 5 units, we can sell them individually. And if you guys bring us a buyer as well, or if you want to buy it, we're happy to work with y'all. My computer is moving so freaking slow. We'll get some photos up here, but they're 2-story, 3-bed, 3-bath, and 3 full baths. There's a game room upstairs you can convert into a 4th bedroom. It's kind of set up that way. You can kind of see the elevations here. The community's pretty much built out. They got this next phase here for maybe about another 75 homes or so. And I would say it's about 20% occupied right now. So they have a lot of inventory. And that's why we're able to step in, help them kind of sell this package. And we're moving it at a discount. So we're going to be at about 420, 425 on all these, depending on which lot it is. And you can see the different elevations here. The builder's at about 480 on these. So what I like about it, new builds, pretty easy to own, especially for first-time investors, very low maintenance. Your insurance is usually a bit lower. And what's cool about this one is the HOA is only $75 a month, but they mow the front grass. So even more leverage for a landlord, not having to coordinate that or worry about his tenants doing it. So it's a nice little value add, because to get your grass cut twice a week would probably be about $100. So HOA covers that as it is. They do have some nice features, electronic lock, video doorbell, energy efficient appliances. They all have rear back covered patios, which is pretty nice. And they have an EV hookup for a electric car. They have the water softener loop in it. and it's 3 full baths, which is nice instead of the half bath. Let me see if I can pull up the floor plan here. My computer's cooperating.
Talk to us, TJ.
Sorry, my computer is really frustrating me here. Yeah, so that's really the pitch on these. Clean and easy. Bring your buyers. If you guys have anybody, we're happy to partner on this deal. Like I said, here's the floor plan. So 1 bedroom down, 2 up. That game room can be made into a 4th bedroom, like I said.
So
They've
what
already
are
got- yeah.
what are these things worth as is?
I would say comfortably like 460,
All right, and we're trying to move them where?
420.
420. And if they were to, is there more new builds for sale aside from this package right here in this area or no?
There are with the builder.
Yeah, what are those selling for? 460?
No, so those are a bit bigger. This one's one of their, I guess, smaller floor plans. There's like 2,200 square foot houses that are in like the mid 5s.
Mid 5s. All right. And cool. How much bigger are the mid 5s?
2,200 to 2,400.
And ours are what?
1880.
1880. Okay. Cool. And ready to move quick, brand new.
Yeah, so looking to close these, in the next 30 days. We can likely get a blue tape walk in here, being that they're new builds, and we can get you through there. Make sure everything's, clean and ready to go. EMD would be about 5,000 on this, and yeah, we can close these, pretty quickly. They're move-in ready, so there's no more inspections or anything. They're ready for a blue tape walk.
Sweet. And David in here can do the loan.
Even better. Yeah, David,
TJ.
put some terms for us.
TJ, quick question. Just from a competitive analysis, what type of incentives is the builder offering if you go traditional with them? How much is that worth to a buyer if they go straight to the builder?
Yeah, it's a good question. I'd need to find that out. When we were out there walking these, he didn't mention any of them. Because a lot of these, they don't have the full appliance package. We looked at a few units, so I don't think they're doing major incentives right now. They might have a rate buy down with a lender. Let me find that out and get that information to you.
Okay.
All right. Great job, TJ.
Sorry for the slowness of my computer.
All good. Everybody forgives you.
Yeah.
Good job though. And these are hot. How much we've had a lot of interest on these, right?
On interest. I'm getting like 5 calls a day on them.
Good. If anybody does have a buyer, let's work them together and, either commission or, split the fee. Happy to work with everybody here. I mean, for anybody who has traditional buyers who've been looking, and this is a good opportunity to come in and get something cheaper.
Yep.
And if someone buys them as a package, is there like a package discount if someone actually wants to snag all 5 of them up?
Yeah, so we have it priced right now, around 2.2, I would say, for the whole package. Like we're looking to making a deal.
Yeah.
We have them at a number. So if somebody wants to get all 5, do them quick, terms look good, like let's make a deal.
Yeah, shoot me over. I think I can't remember if you guys sent it to me or not. Shoot it over to me.
Okay.
I'll kick it by a couple local investors, see if they want to add a couple to their portfolio.
Cool. Jesse, can you get that over to William?
Yep, let me email it to you.
Thanks.
Yeah, and if you want to put together, lending terms on it, we're happy to shop that with buyers.
Yeah, I can. If it's an investment loan, yeah, we can do that. If it's going to be owner occupied, I can't. But same thing. I mean, if someone wanted to buy all 5 of them, you could do a five property portfolio loan. It would just depend how they DSCR. That's what I'll run the numbers on once I
Okay.
get it. See if they have a positive DSCR ratio.
All right. Yeah, that'd be interesting. I'd like to market that.
Of course. Yeah. Thanks, guys.
All right. Good job, TJ. Thank you, everybody. Robert, talk to me. How are these deals going?
Good. I had a little bit of a delay on the sevenplex in Pleasanton. The seller who was ready to go to do a wrap got a little nervous, and we had to get him on the phone with a couple of our attorneys to explain how the wrap works, kind of what his protections were, what the overall situation was, because he's got an underlying loan on this one. So as of last Monday, we're back on track, started the clock, actually did a walkthrough yesterday. The only thing I have left is to get the septic guy out there to tell me what the sizing is going to be able to support where I want to put those 4 RV spots. But 6 of the 7 units are rented. It looks like we'll probably have the 7th unit rented before closing. But right now, targeting close on 5/13 next month for that project.
What's the plan on that one? You're partnering with somebody, or?
Well, I haven't confirmed the partnership yet. There's a couple folks on the phone who I need to send details to. I had let them know that, I was thinking I might lose the deal because he was nervous about the wrap situation. But now that we're back on track, I need to share the information. But my goal on this one is $50K for 50% equity stake in it. I'll take care of all the property management, all the on-site deals. And then I'm going to invest probably 15 of my own cash to put the 4 RV spots in. I've had my electrician plumber out there to do some high levels on what it will take to add that infrastructure so we can add that additional rev.
Great. Okay. And then how about the retail?
Yeah, the Floresville one has been interesting. We've renegotiated that one for a couple of different details. We extended the term, so the $1.4 million purchase price is still the term, but now we're on a 35-year 0% because we got our payment down to $3,000 a month. So we've extended that out to make the cash flows look a little bit better. So the changes is that there was a mobile home in the back that we really weren't excited about because it was a retail space that they had dropped a single wide in the rear. So that single wide is going to get removed. And then we've got a new contract with a local food truck for a year to pay $1,200 a month. So we effectively negotiated with the seller to reduce our payment by the $500 loss in retail or rental that the mobile home was costing us to go to the food truck. So the financials look pretty good now. We've updated our presentation. We're just trying to pick a date to try to get more eyeballs on it. We just had a meeting this morning, so I'm still waiting to get a couple of the documents updated to present the 2 different options. But one option is going to be a investment state where will be an equity and revenue share, and the other option is going to be just a straight loan. If somebody wants to just jump in, put the cash in, we'll pay them on a fixed rate interest, and then buy them out between year 5 and 10, depending on how long they want to hang out.
I love it. And are y'all electing to just go the LLC membership route?
Yeah, we're going to do that versus making it more complicated and try to syndicate. We're just going to use the operating agreement and bring in. If we bring in the partner, then we'll use that operating agreement. If somebody wants to just be the lender on it, obviously they're going to be in second position. But we're going to give them, our plan right now is to try to offer 10% on it. If they want to just be the lender and not be an equity holder.
I love it. Did that call that we had with you and your partners, I don't know. I was really excited just seeing you put this deal together and working on raising the capital. It's a lot of fun, and you're doing all the right things. So I'm excited to see both these deals come to fruition.
Yeah, I'll share the information with you hopefully by tomorrow. I just need my partner's updating the presentation and the details from the conversation we just solidified on the retail deal. And I was reviewing leases and creating rent rolls on the sevenplex for that one. But that one I want to move on that one quicker because I got less time on the sevenplex. I've got till next Sunday to confirm feasibility. I'm honestly, I'll go into my own bank account if I have to buy it, but I'd rather do it with a partner.
Yeah, I love it. And you said you kind of glossed over it, but did you say 0% interest?
On the Floresville deal, it's 0% for 35 years.
It's beautiful. You
Yeah.
gotta when you're pitching this, dive into that a little bit more.
Sure.
0% interest, baby. It's
Yeah.
for the RV resort that we just finished raising all the capital for. I mean, that
Mhm.
was a big selling point. Obviously, the property is good, etc., but the seller financing terms with 0% interest is what got a ton of attention. So really dive deep into that aspect
Okay.
when you're pitching this to people.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. Yeah, I kind of borrowed some of the information from your deck from the RV park around, if our disposition, our plan is to, exit at 10, outstanding loan balance is about 850. We anticipate even at a 3% growth rate, probably should be worth somewhere around 2.5 million. So the reality is that, it should pay out almost triple your investment on that one.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Great work.
Thank you.
Anything you need help with on those right now that we can help with specifically?
The only thing I might want to pick somebody's brain on is related to the sizing, the septic sizing. I'm having a little bit of trouble with Atascosa County getting me data on what the rules are, but it's one of those things where they don't seem to have many rules. They don't even have zoning in most of the areas. So I think I can do whatever I want. I just want to make sure I'm not missing anything from y'all's work that y'all done related to expansion and adding those spots and how you appropriately size so that you don't have a problem later.
Yeah. We can set up a call with Robert, who's been spearheading a lot of that stuff for
Okay.
us with all those people, so that he can shed some insight. But I also think a lot of the answers come from the county. So like have you talked to him yet?
Yeah, I've reached out to them and they basically said that, they don't have a specific guideline for something this small for like 4 spots. So their guidelines start when they get into like 20 plus from the person I was able to get on the phone. So I'm waiting to hear back from somebody else because they only felt halfway confident on the answer they were giving me.
Yeah. I think a lot of the answer is going to come from them. I think
Okay.
it's now Texas law that the state has to approve the plan. So
Mhm.
I
Okay.
don't have the answer. We'll set up a call with Robert McLeod and that seal. And then I would say probably just put more pressure on the county to get a definitive answer.
Okay. Yeah, I just got a contact with the county judge to see if he could add a little pressure for me because he needs some help for me on something else.
There you go. That's a good contact to have.
Yep.
All right, cool. Well, great job and congrats on pushing them along.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right. Anybody else have any deals or questions or anything? We're having a TR3 Capital investor call tonight. Basically, an update on current deals, update on what we're looking at in the market, different opportunities, stuff you guys hear us talk about in here all the time. But for those who are interested in raising capital and such, it could be good for you to go there and just kind of learn how we're putting on these calls and talking to investors, current and potential investors. And we'd love to have you there and see your face.
Hey, real quick, Alex, question. When you guys say 0 down, essentially all your payments are principal reduction.
Yeah, 0% interest.
All right. Okay.
It's a beautiful thing.
Yeah. That's all right.
Zero interest. So 100% principal reduction. Every single penny in a mortgage payment goes towards reducing your principal. But if anybody wants to join that tonight, the link to sign up for it and get the links and everything is in the chat, tr3capital.com/investor-call. I put it in the chat. Would love to see y'all there. But does anybody have anything else today? Any questions, any thoughts, anything struggling with, anything you need help with. David, I've got a note. I'll send you a list.
Yeah, I sent you that other one, and we could do it down the road. Either, you know, if we could give them a call or something.
I
Yeah,
got
absolutely.
a quick buyer need for anybody if they've come across it. It's kind of a weird type of property, but we got a buyer looking for a church, 65,000 square foot building on at least a 1 acre lot. They might go ground up. They'd rather a building in place that can accommodate parking, and budget's up to 10 million. So healthy budget. They're looking for something in the corridor between New Braunfels and Georgetown. Nothing east. They want to be west of 35.
West of 35. What about your property, Rick? That land. You're on mute. You're on mute, Rick.
I spoke with Esmeralda last week. She's the listing agent. Still has not gotten the topographical survey, but I will call her. See where we are.
Well, what's the price on that one?
Oh, I got a call. Let me just tell this person I will call.
It's
Message. Oh, sorry, I can't talk now. If you hold on a second.
It's just land. Were they looking for land, TJ, or a building?
They'd prefer a building. They're open to ground up, but they're trying to be operational in like the next 16 months. They're okay with doing site work for parking. But I think the preference would be to have a 65,000 square foot or bigger building.
On how much land?
At least an acre.
I can't find it right now. I'll have to look through mine. I got too many papers. Hold on.
That's okay.
Hold on.
It's got to be bigger
Hold
than
on.
it. Now that I think about it,
65,000 square foot is bigger than an acre.
bigger than an acre.
3.2 million.
Maybe they're wanting an acre plus the 6,500 square foot.
Probably for parking.
Yeah. Hey, Jesse has that contact info. I had that 12 acres in Leander.
Andrew, yeah.
I mean, it was, I think, at somewhere around a million one. I mean, you could build that thing for less than 10 million on that property, and it gives them 12 acres with a lot of road frontage.
Yep. Yeah, that guy would move at like 900 too. That's a good call.
That's a big building.
Yeah, it's a big building.
We're financing a church out in Cedar Park right now. It's small, but we're doing it. So if they ever need any financing, we can help out with that as well.
Okay. How do you underwrite the holy people?
And it's dude, no guarantors on
Right.
no guarantors required on a church deal.
There's no income either. Like,
Well, we is it brand new income? I mean, brand new church?
yeah. It's not like a new organization, but it's going to be a new facility.
Yeah, so we would take the tithings or the offerings as their revenue. So I mean, they would have to have some sort of tax returns and P&L. So we would kind of base it off of that. If we needed to pull in guarantors to make it work, we would have to. I mean, there's different rounds, but like on the one we're doing now, they've got a few members that offered up like $100,000 to go towards it, so we could use some of that as, towards either the cash flow or the payment towards the building, etc. So, I mean, there's ways to do it.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Hey, real quick before we jump off, can you just hit me with them details again on that property on Lightsey Road, like the asking and stuff? Because I'm going to call a few people I got and see if they're interested. Just quick run through.
Yeah. So asking $699, 700. It's 1,800 square feet, 4-bed, 2.5 bath in 78704, which is primo location. It's at the corner of Lightsey and South First Street. So you can walk onto South First. Just renovated, brand new flooring, paint, water heater, AC, windows. The lot is zoned SF3, which is the preferred zoning, and the new city ordinance will allow you to build up to 3 units on that. So you can add 2 in this backyard, 2 ADUs, and one of the neighbor has done it already. So there's a good like concept there. He's got 2 ADUs that kind of connect with some common space that he's renting out.
Okay, sweet. Yeah, I got probably a handful of people I'm gonna call on that one, so I just wanted to make sure I had it right.
You have the high link for that. We have a whole package together with
Yeah,
overhead.
Jesse sent me a Google Drive
Okay, cool.
of pictures and stuff. I just didn't know the asking and stuff.
Yeah, and then if you look at that overhead there, so he's got a normal driveway, and then on the right of his driveway, there's like a dirt path that goes to the back of the house that's wide enough for like a van. He's got a guy parking his like camper van there. And he pays him $150 a month. So I imagine that person would want to stay on, but obviously not essential, but you know, extra $1,200 a year, you know, defer some taxes a little bit.
Got it.
All right. Great job, everybody. Call us if you need us. We're always available. And we'll see you next week. Actually, we'll see you tonight at the TR3